Welcome to the very first episode of Wealth Radio. My name is Simran, and I am so grateful that you are here. This podcast is the beginning of a new chapter, not just for me, but for every woman who feels something inside her is shifting, awakening, and rising. We are starting from the start, from the truth, from awareness, from the quiet moment when you finally look at your life and whisper, there has to be more than this. This is where your journey back to yourself begins. For most of my life, I was living in survival mode. I didn't have the language for it back then. I just thought that this is what life was supposed to be: running, rushing, hopping, waiting. I was always waiting for something outside of me to save me. I was constantly in fight or flight mode. My body was tense, my mind was chaotic, my heart was so tired. I was functioning, but I wasn't living. I kept telling myself, one day life will change. One day somebody will come and help me. Someday things will be better. Someday my big break will come. And in my heart, I always knew I was meant for more. Not in a delusional way, but in a quiet, persistent, soul level knowing way. I knew I was meant for a bigger life, a softer life, a life with purpose, with comfort, with luxury, with meaning, a life where my voice helps people, a life where I thrive, not just survive. But nothing outside of me changed. No miracle landed on my doorstep. No sudden opportunity appeared. No savior came to hold my hand. And here's what I'm going to tell you: awakening does not happen when life is beautiful. Awakening does not happen when you're happy or healed or peaceful. Awakening actually happens when life breaks you open. It happens through heartbreak, betrayal, disappointment, financial stress, loneliness, the moment you hit emotional rock bottom, the moment you realize no one is coming to save you. That's when the real awakening begins. My awakening was not one moment. It was a long season of darkness where I kept losing versions of myself that were not real. It was a time where I felt small, unseen, misunderstood. And yet something inside me whispered, this is not the end. This is the beginning. It was the moment when life pushed me so far down the abyss that the only way forward was inward. I kept thinking life would change magically, but it did not. Because I hadn't changed. I realized something really important. You do not awaken because life becomes better. You actually awaken because when you finally look at yourself, you find a girl that you keep abandoning. You find the woman that you want to become. You find the patterns that you keep repeating. You find the wounds that you've never addressed. You find the strength that you had forgotten. And slowly, quietly, you start choosing yourself. That was exactly my awakening. Not fireworks, not miracles, just honesty. Pure, uncomfortable, necessary honesty. And here's what nobody tells you: when you awaken, your life does not transform overnight. You transform, and your life slowly, patiently begins to respond. I started making small decisions differently. I started speaking to myself gently. I stopped seeking validation. I stopped chasing people. I stopped expecting the world to rescue me. I became the safe place that I had been searching for forever. The woman I am today, the one speaking to you, she didn't appear suddenly. She was built moment by moment through self respect, awareness, and accountability. Awakening gave me myself back. This podcast is not about money. It's about inner wealth, the wealth of choosing yourself, the wealth of awareness, the wealth of peace, the wealth of identity, of alignment, the wealth of becoming the woman your younger self needed. Each episode will be a conversation, not from my wounds, but from my wisdom, not from my past, but from my power. We are walking this together now. Before we close this episode, I want to give you the exact steps that began my awakening. These might begin yours too. Number one, radical accountability. Stop waiting, start choosing. Your life is your responsibility. Second, pattern awareness. Look at your habits, look at your choices. They reveal who you are becoming. Third, emotional honesty. Stop pretending you're okay. Speak the truth inside you because it starts with acknowledgement. Number four, self respect as a daily practice. Respect your time, respect your energy, respect your boundaries, and respect your dreams. Become your future self now. Act from the identity you desire, not the identity you're trying to escape. Thank you for listening. Thank you for beginning this journey with me. And truly, deeply, thank you for choosing yourself today. Your awakening may feel messy. Mine did. It may feel lonely. It may feel confusing. But it is the most beautiful thing you will ever experience. This is the beginning of your new life, and I am so honored to walk beside you. Welcome to the Wealth Radio.